Patience is a virtue. Everything in life takes time. Stay focused. Stay consistent. Stay on your grind.
Thanks for everybody for joining and watching. Welcome to Street Dialogue Podcast, where we get dialogue from a street perspective. And today we have Big Ounce on the show. What's good, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
So just go ahead on and introduce yourself for the fans and the people who are watching that might not know who you are.
For sure. Yeah, I'm Big Ounce. I go by Official Ounce on social media. You can find me, all platforms, YouTube, IG, TikTok. I'm out of Las Vegas and yeah, I'm a hip hop artist, man. Doing my thing.
All right, so we like to dive in your background. So are you originally from Idaho, correct?
Yeah, I was born in Nampa, Idaho.
Okay, so what does Idaho mean to you as a person, like being born from there and raised from there?
Um, Honestly, bro, I don't I've got a lot of not good memories there, so I don't tend to like to go back there. Um, we do visit sometimes, but I guess it's man, I would just say it's a recreational place to be for me.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So you
so
no
it's
longer
not
live
really.
out there?
Yeah, I got family that live out there. My mom's lives out there. I got a lot of family that lives out there right now.
So all your family is from Idaho, specifically that area?
Idaho and Texas, yeah,
And
and Mexico, but
Texas.
yeah,
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your upbringing, starting off in Idaho.
yeah, man. So, um, yeah, when I was a kid, things were all right for a minute. I remember like up until like 5 years old, man. I don't know. I started seeing a lot of crazy stuff from my dad and a lot of abuse to my mom's and stuff. And I guess she had some abuse in her past life too. So I guess bringing those kind of dudes onto her life. But for my dad, though, it was kind of crazy for me to see because I don't remember him being like that. You know what I mean? He was really violent with her, and then I saw more. I saw him more, and it was really messed up, man. And my mom's ended up leaving him, and it's been I don't know. It was kind of messed up for a long time. She got into drugs heavy, bro, and I didn't understand why or what she was doing or why she was changing. It was almost like I was not even like I didn't know who she was anymore, you know what I mean, after a long minute. Um and, and yeah, bro, like she left probably I don't know, I was probably like 11 or 12, something like that. And I had me and my sisters was on our own. And we had a home for a minute, but she never came back, so they had to evict us,
Mm.
and we were on the street for a long time, bro, for a long time. And I didn't know where my mom's was. I had no idea where my mom's was, so it was just me and my sisters, and I had to do a lot to try to keep them in school, and try to get food in our stomachs because we was hungry, and it was hard, man. It was hard, bro. Like I didn't know I didn't know what I was doing. I was just a kid myself, you know what I mean? So um yeah, man, I got in some bad people that helped me out. I thought was good help at the time, and it got me money. You know what I'm saying? I made some money. I was able to feed my sisters. I was able to place a home for my sisters and stuff. You know what I mean? But it wasn't no good influences or environment. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
your parents basically they dealt with addiction while you was
yeah, my
younger.
dad. So I didn't know, but he was he dealt with addiction, with coke addiction, and I guess that's why he became so violent. But and my mom's, she dealt with meth addiction, and she was a what they call that, a needle user.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a different kind of, I don't know, man. It's hard to explain, but like she was just off the wall, bro, off the wall
So
growing up.
I know that had to take a toll on you. So once they dwelled off in addiction, and your mom, you say she just left. So the house that y'all was living in, would they end up kicking y'all out?
Yeah, yeah. So we were renting from this. I guess it was her friend's house, and she hadn't paid the rent, and she had to evict us. And I just told her like I'll go to my auntie's house. We take our clothes and we go to our auntie's house. And I didn't have my auntie around at the time, but I just didn't want her to call whoever so and so and then separate us. You know what I mean? I love my
Right.
sisters, man. I love my family. You know what I mean? And so I didn't want nothing to happen. I just did the best I could to the knowledge that I had to do what I had to do to keep us together.
So how old were you at the time once you had to take on the responsibilities of your mother and father, since your mother dealt with addiction and then your father had addiction as well? How old were you when you left with your sister? Which you had a sister and a brother?
Two sisters.
Two sisters?
Yeah, I do have two other brothers, but that didn't happen till later on down the road. But I was probably about, man, it was 12 going on 13, I believe, because I was still in
Dang.
middle school. Yeah, actually, I just got into middle school.
So when did your grandfather come into the picture then?
I think it was like a year and a half. They was trying to look for us, I guess, and my auntie from Nevada finally found us, and she said, y'all gotta come. We've been looking for you guys. And so she packed our stuff up and we went to my grandpa's house, and it was, man, I was like, I didn't like anything about what was going on because I was so used to, after that time, I was so used to doing whatever I was doing to get by, to have somebody come in and, try to do it for me, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of, I don't know, it was different, but I do appreciate that because my grandpa, man, he was a he was the only role model in my life that really did some good for me. You know what I mean? He showed me a lot of things like work ethics. He showed me how to control my emotions. He showed me basically how to be a man. You know what I mean? I got to appreciate that.
So your grandfather ended up taking you, and he also took two other your siblings. And who were they that he brought into the picture that he started taking care of? That was your sister, kids.
No, it was my, no, it was me and my two sisters. My sister's kids, she didn't have kids till later, but no, well, I can't say later because she was 13 when she had her first kid, but I do have two of her kids right now. I adopted.
Right. I was gonna get into
Yeah,
that. Right.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was me and my two sisters that he did take in, and we lived with him for years. I mean years. It had been like 3 years, 3 years before. I don't know. I got a phone call. I got a phone call from my mom's one night. It was on my grandpa's phone. My grandpa just handed me the phone and said, "You might want to take this." So I said, "Okay, that's weird." And I said, "Hello?" And it was my mom's voice. I was like, "Oh, what the hell?" It like
Wow.
my heart dropped, and I was like, "What?" And she said, "Mijo, I'm sorry. I love you." And then I couldn't hear or understand the rest of the things she was saying. So I said, "Cool." My grandpa said, "I'm gonna go pick her up. She's in Reno right now." And I was like, "What?" So he did that later that night. He came back home, and she was tore up, bro. Like I've never seen somebody so messed up. Like, you know how you see, I don't know, you ever been to Vegas or what, but like them crackheads that always talk to themselves and they got white all over them lips. She looked just like that, bro. It was messed up,
Right.
man. I couldn't even recognize her, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that just kind of messed me up even more than what I already been through, you know what I mean? And it was kind of tough, man, but I don't know. It was crazy. It was a crazy time for me.
So what actually happened after that to cause you to get PTSD and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. So it was actually during all that time, there was a time where I was actually a little bit younger. My mom, I think she was just, after she left my dad, she started dabbling into drugs. Like I said, I was 5 years old. Um, I was probably like 6, 7. There was a lot of that year that I just can't remember. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I blocked it out or something, but I do remember. I do remember uh, that something was happening to me. Somebody was doing something to me. You know what I mean? And I just don't know exactly what, but it just like sometimes I have nightmares about it. You know, sometimes I'm messed up about it, and I feel like my mom wasn't like she wasn't there for me. She wasn't there for me. She didn't care. I felt like the drugs were more important than us, and in between all that, and then when she left, for me to have to do it by myself when I trusted somebody, you know, I trusted her with my everything, and for her to turn on me like that, it broke my whole world. You know what I mean? So, um, I guess that's where all that trauma came from. You know, and
Facts.
not only that, the things that I had to do to get that money was I thought at the time I thought was normal. You know what I mean? When they were showing me this is what we do, this is how we work, this is how we get our money. I thought that them things were the things that it was okay. It was good. You know what I mean? Like it was a normalcy for me. And as I got older, you know, when I went to my grandpa's, I realized that life was not okay. You know, I put my family in danger is what I did. In reality, in my
Right.
head, I thought I was doing something right, but in reality, I put them in danger. So that really took a toll on me too, because I was trying to protect them, you know what I mean? Always trying to protect them at all costs. So
So so during this time, what type of hustle was you in? Because you know a lot of people sold crack. Did you eventually start selling what was harming to your mother at the time? Because that's all you seen. So you know, typically, you know, when you seeing that, that's how you actually get money. You know what I'm saying? You sell crack.
that's
So
right.
did you end up
That's
selling
right.
crack at the
I
time
did.
just to flip?
I did to flip that money. I knew it was all I knew. It was all I seen. And not only
Right,
that, like as I met more family, I understood that more of my family was doing it too. And it seemed like almost all my family, you know what I mean? So I was
right,
selling to my family. I was selling to them, you know what I mean? Or
right.
I was selling to the fiends downtown, back and forth, you know, and I was making pretty damn good money too doing it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, I'm actually making some money. Fuck. You know, and we was
Right.
clothed right, we was eating right, and man, you know, just had the Nikes. You know what I'm saying? They had the brand clothes and shit, and I thought I was doing good. Shit, I was selling that crack on the block, bro. Yeah.
So basically, from what happened to you and seeing what was going on, you was actually learning and watching what they was doing, but you didn't go into using what they was using. You actually end up selling what they was using, and you seen the profits
I
from it,
did
and you
see
end
the
up getting in the
profits.
game.
That's true. I did, but I wouldn't say. I don't know. I did see the profits of it, and in between it, I don't know. I think right at the end of where my auntie picked me up, I started dabbling in it. You know, I started dabbling in it. I started using, and then next thing I knew, I was constantly using. I was using and selling and using, and the more it seemed like I was doing it, the less money I was making. I was making less money, you
Mm.
know what I'm saying, is doing my products shit. And I became an addict myself after that, you know? So
Right, 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 right. That's why we have to be careful what we do in front of our kids, because you might have had the sense that that was okay because they was doing it, so that'll make you more anxious to do it. You know what I'm saying? To see what they was feeling. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So I can understand where you
that's
coming from.
exactly true, because that exactly what happened in my head. If they was doing it and they liked it so much, like, you know what I mean? Like why did they like it so much? You know what I mean? Why is that? It got me curious. Why did they like that
Curious,
so
yeah.
much?
Curiosity, yeah.
Mhm.
And then it drops your guard down because you seeing your parents doing it, you like, damn, you
Yeah,
know.
and
But
you
if
know,
I did,
as a youngster already, I'm already influenced by too much anyway, you know what I mean? And it I don't it's hard to say is you don't know better. You know what I mean? You don't know better. So like as an adult, you'd be like, oh yeah, crackhead, I'm not doing that. But as a kid, you know when you see it, you're like, it's kind of like seeing your favorite icon on TV, and you're like, man, I want to be just like that, you know. And so you start doing it as a kid, you know. So that's kind of like it was for me. Yeah.
So with that going on and your grandfather picking you up, that basically was a life changing situation. So that what took you out the streets.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he did. He took us out the streets. He's a good man. I tell you, man. Like my mom's had so much to say about this man, but I just never seen it. I never seen the bad things that she would say about him, or he was just the man. He really is my idol, my icon, my like when I get old, I hope that I look just like that man. You know, sitting well
Right.
being just like he is. I have no bad things to say about him. I love that man.
So what schools did you go to? I know you had to probably eventually drop out of school.
I did,
So
yeah.
so what schools did you actually go to during this course of the time?
So man, I've been to so many schools, bro. I can't even. I know like one in particular. I went to Hillside middle school for a couple of days. I remember that, and I've been
And what state that
to
was in? That was in
in
Idaho
Idaho.
or
Yeah, and I've been to a whole bunch of man. I can't even count on my hands, bro. Like how many schools I've been to. You know what I mean? Growing up, so. I guess it was like seventh grade. I dropped out right after grade school. So I just and at that time, sixth grade was part of the grade school. I believe it was at that state. They had changed it the year after I was supposed to graduate, but I had dropped out. I had dropped out, and at that time it wasn't even legal for me. So I had been on truancy for a long time. So I was always trying to evade the police because I knew there was probably out there looking for me.
so you know dropped out of school, you're in your grandfather's house, and then you end up meeting your wife. How did that come about?
Yeah, bro. So that's a crazy story, man. I had this was after I was probably like 18, bro, when I met her actually. And I
Because
was
I see life is moving fast.
yeah, yeah, bro. So
You ain't had
um
no childhood. You was out here getting it,
I
bruh.
was, bro. By the time I was 15, bro, I was already on my own, you know what I mean? Grandpa
That's
was gone.
exactly,
So I was
exactly.
out on my own trying to figure it out without my sisters. I knew they was already taken care of. Everything was all good, you know what I mean? So I decided I was gonna go to Job Corps, bro. That's just what it was, you know. Had
Right.
some hands-on experience. Grandpa does show me the works, you know, so let's get it. Let's try to do my thing, you know. So I went to Job Corps in Washington, did my thing out there for about 4 years, bro, and got my cool little degree and everything and did good. I was proud of it, even joined the boxing team and I had my cool golden gloves, my first time golden glove, and yeah, bro, it was cool, man. I was finally feeling like I was fitting in normal shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I graduate, I was 18, and I moved back to Nevada, but I moved to this little town. My uncle had moved to this town called Tonopah. It's like 3 hours outside of Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was chilling there for a hot minute, bro, probably till I was like, I want to say 20, 21, almost 22, but I had met my wife there. Her and her sister came from Vegas, and some friends was like, yo, there's some chicks from Vegas in town. And I was like, what? Where at? And they were at the homie's house. So, out there, we ain't worried about nobody breaking into nobody's home, so everybody's doors unlocked. And we just kind of open up the door, and greet ourselves that way, like, hey, what's up, guys?
Right. Right.
So I go in the house and I see her and I'm out looking for her sister. I'm like, where your sister at? She's like, how do you know I got a sister? I was like, everybody in town already talking about it. Do you
Right.
not know how little this town is?
Right. Right.
But
Right.
I met her, I asked her like 21 questions off the top, and I can't even remember what questions they were, but I asked her 21 questions off the top, and I asked her after I was done, I asked her, hey, you want to come to the bar with me? And she was like, I think she was just barely 19, bro. She 2 years younger than me. I was 21 already. So yeah, she was 19, and she said, "I'm not even 21." I was like, "That's not what I asked you." I was
Right,
like, "You want to come to the bar with me?" Is what I asked you. Don't worry about everything else, you know. So we did. We went to the bar, had a good old time, and yeah, man, we just kind of popped it off from there, and I after like a few well after a year maybe I decided, you know, I didn't have any more work where I was at. All the work was all done up, and I was like, hey, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of feeling it, and we moved in together, you know. So I moved down to
right.
Vegas, and you know, went steady with her for a while. That was Yo, what up, family? Here's what they're not telling you. Here's a secret: golden money team marketing to getting a boost in your fan base, helping your algorithm wherever. If you making good content, tired of not getting shares, not getting them likes, not getting them comments, keep working over and over and over again for nothing, you feel that way and that's you, Golden Money Team Marketing. Again, Golden Money Team Marketing. Try it out. It's this time at this time I was already trying to like, cause I was on and off on the dope, you know what I mean? Cause I was, man, I was a fiend. I was a fiend by that time, you know what I mean? So I was on and off, but at that time I was really trying to call it quit, you know what I mean? Like it's time for me to just stop this shit, you know, and do
Right.
something for
So
myself.
the same thing that happened to your mother and father, they end up facing addiction, and then they end up trickling down on you, and you end up facing addiction. But you also have the chance to break the family curse and this cycle from going on to your kids and their kids and other kids and be an example. So while you was fighting this addiction, was your kids born at this time? I know you had two kids from your wife. Were your kids born at the time while you was fighting this addiction?
Yeah, man. So they was born and I was still fighting the addiction. I was still off and on. And you know, my wife, she knew it at first, you know what I mean? And then I had to really hide it well, you know what I'm saying? So I started being a closet fiend. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? So I was in and out all the way up until all the way up until I'm gonna say like 5 years ago, bro. I'm 5 years clean now, but
congratulations on that.
yeah, bro. Yeah.
For real.
So
Congratulations on
I
that. You
appreciate that.
saved your own life.
That's right, man. I just, you know, there was a time where my wife, you know, she found out again and she knew it. She knew it the whole time, you know, she just couldn't catch the proof. And we separated. And
Mm,
at that time I lost my family and I was like, man, I can't. And I started remembering like growing up and what that was like, you know what I mean? And I couldn't look myself in the mirror knowing that that's what I was doing to my kids. The same thing that was happening to me when I was young, you know what I
mm.
mean? So I said, hell
I
no.
feel
There
that.
ain't no way.
I feel it.
There ain't no way that I'm gonna let this fucking drug control my entire life like this. I can't let it happen. I
So
cannot let
for somebody that's fighting addiction, for those people out there that fighting addiction, that are dealing with addiction, no matter what type of addiction is, what is the first thing they must do to overcome that addiction in your mind? Do they
they
have to
gotta
seek help?
they gotta want
What?
it. They gotta
Mm,
want to be clean. They have to want that. And that means on a whole nother level. Like I know people say, oh, I want to be sober. I want to, and then it don't happen. That's because you don't really want it. You really don't want it. You know what I mean? You got to really be fighting for something. So it really depends on the person. But for me, I really had to be fighting for something for
mm,
me to be done, you know? So
right. And that's deep though. That's deep. So basically you really have to have a mindset that you have to stay focused on that mindset. So were there any withdrawals during that
there
process that you had to go
was,
through?
yeah, there was, man. So, like you said, but like I have two kids. I have two other kids that I adopted from my sister. And man, and whole that was a whole lot to bring on, you know. Um
Right.
Out of the blue, like I thought I was like, yes, we're gonna do this. Yes, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be cool, you know. We're gonna do this. We're gonna rock this family thing and just do it right. And my sister went to prison, so I adopted them. And man, raising these kids just really brought, like, seeing what they was going through and what they had to deal with, which I had no clue. I didn't know that they was going through all this. I didn't know my sister was doing all this stuff.
Right.
But they, they it triggered. I don't know. It triggered something in me, bro. And I had started getting these nightmares again. You know what I mean? I had started getting these nightmares again, and it was starting to stress me out, but like really bad. And then I started thinking about the drugs because that was the only way that I knew how to cope when it was dealing with my traumas. You know what I mean? And I don't know how it happened, but I guess when the devil calls your name, bro, he really out there looking for you. You know what I mean? All the time, at
Mm-hmm.
all time, he really out there looking for you. He really out there got his
Fact.
partners following you everywhere you go. You know what I mean? And I know this for a fact because as soon as I started thinking about it, I had a homie call me up like, "Hey, I'm coming to town." I said, "Cool, man. I haven't heard from you in a long minute." And we met up, and first thing, bro, he threw the pipe in my lap, and I said, bro,
Mm.
and I looked at it for a minute, and it was done. I relapsed. I relapsed right there. I was too
Wow.
weak. I was too, I don't know. I was too vulnerable.
Some
Whatever the
some
case was.
some people want to see you. They don't mean no good for you. You know.
That's right.
Cause
they
yeah.
say you might have good friends, and they might say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring you up, and no matter what, I'm there for you." But not everybody had the same motive as you have. Not everybody's. That's why they say you got to protect your energy at all costs. You know what I mean? Because not
Misery
everybody got
loves
the same motive.
company. He
That's
in the
right.
miserable state, so he want to bring you back down. He's saying you overcame, but he hasn't overcome, so he's going to bring that same thing to bring you down. And if you're not mentally prepared, it can. You can fall. You can
That's right.
relapse.
That's exactly, bro. And you know what? It's crazy because he said exactly what you said. He's putting you down right at their level because he said, "Oh well, you ain't in square no more, bro. Not today. Why don't you
Right,
just hit that thing and get it over with?" You know what I mean? I'm like, and I did too, and I did that. You know what I mean? I brought myself down. And I let him, and that's not I let him. I chose to do that, really. You know what I mean? But I let the influence me.
right.
But yeah, you're right.
So after that, I know you having your sister kids. What made you want to take on the responsibility of adopting them? Like, what was she actually going through? Was she going through addiction as well?
Yeah, hard, bro, which I didn't even realize that she was until all this, but I guess she was going through addiction like my mom was, you know what I mean?
So
And
it
she was
actually
doing all the
hit the
same.
family.
Yeah.
It hit the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. So she ended up getting caught up in all kind of things, bro, all kind of felonies. And she was looking at prison. And so we said, we take them in, we'll take them in because that's family. That's family, and family should.
Hold on, your audio. Yeah. What you were saying?
But it
You
should be
back?
like through all the rough times, you should be carrying your family like that. You know what I mean? Show them that you got
Right.
their back. Show them that they got love when they think they don't got it. You know what I mean? So yeah, we took them in. We took them in around that time, and yeah,
So if you wasn't there, this actually did this motivate you to get back sober and stay sober? Now that you had all this responsibility, do you think that was actually something like a blessing in
I
disguise?
do, I do, man, because it taught me a lot. It taught me how to overcome. It taught me how to overcome my own mental disabilities. You know what I mean? My own my own monsters in my head. You know what I'm saying? It made me realize like if this is the way it is and this is how I am, maybe I just really need to get some help so I can be able to do these things and help these kids and help my kids, grow up to be, likable people. You know what I'm saying? Or respectable people.
So during this course, music, when did you get into music? I know music has been something to help you deal with a lot of things. So going through all this, when did music come into play and how did that inspire you Like, what inspired you to get into music?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so music has been a long relationship with me in my life since ever since I've been on my own. I needed something to just relate with, something to be able to write it out, something to be able to see what's going on in my life, to understand to the best ability I had. You know what I mean? But I started taking music seriously probably around 2020 or 2021. I can't remember which year it was exactly, but I started taking music a little bit more serious, and I started posting on, like, music apps, like BandLab, or what's that, a Rap Chat, apps like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good enough. I was like, yeah, I'm getting some, attention and this and that. And I started thinking, like, I could actually I could actually try to help I could actually try to help communities through music with my story and my kids' story, you know what I mean? So I started trying to try to write that way, and I just couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't understand, like, how people put a story together, man. So I did a little bit more research. I did myself a little bit more research on how to put a story together better, and I think it was like 2 years ago I really started getting into music, and this time it was for sure. And I came out with my first song called it was called
The
uh uh
labyrinth of my mind.
yes, that's the one. The Labyrinth of My Mind. It's called The Labyrinth of My Mind. It was based on my PTSD
I
and
was
my
about to ask
ADHD.
that question next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you came up with labyrinth of my mind. So what was the concept behind that song?
Yeah, so the concept behind that song was the struggles between my ADHD and my bipolar syndrome and the PTSD that I go through, and how it affects me in my life, and the way I see myself when I'm struggling in my mind about myself. You know what I mean?
So let's back that up. So I know you had what was the other one? PTSD. So when did you get develop ADHD? Because I know that wasn't something that you had originally. I know that was after the relapse. So when did you develop ADHD, and what is ADHD?
Yeah, ADHD is attention deficit, attention deficit something disorder,
Right,
hyper disorder. And
right.
they I got diagnosed that just last year, bro, and I didn't, like, I knew I had it, not last year, I'm sorry, like 2 years ago, year and a half,
Right.
something in between that time, between now and 2 years ago, somewhere between there. But I knew, like, I had, like, something, I don't know, like, I was kind of, always hyper, always on the go, always, like, paranoid as hell, you know what I mean? And I thought maybe that was from my traumas, and it all could be from my traumas, you know what I mean? But they say that with ADHD that you born with it, so I don't I don't really know, bro. But all I know is they did diagnose me with ADHD just in these last 2 years, and I was like wow, I to hear it for sure, you know what I mean? I was like,
Right,
oh my
right,
god, there's something
right,
wrong
right,
with
right.
me.
Like you already going through enough. Now they want to diagnose me. Now you feel me?
Tell me that I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong this whole time. That's crazy. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then not only did they diagnose me with ADHD, but they did then diagnose me with a bipolar syndrome. So not
Right.
only not only was I just crazy the whole time, but I was just mad and pissed off for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, but it's real
I
though,
wouldn't
bro.
say,
Like,
bro. I wouldn't say you was mad and pissed off for nothing because most people would have killed themselves going through the shit you went through,
that's true, man. I do hear
bro. You
a
a
lot of
real
suicide.
survivor, my nigga.
Well,
Real talk.
when
That
you
shit
got two other
to
little
drive
ones,
you crazy, bro.
when you got two other little ones that you got to take after, bro, it really, it puts you in a place where you have to be there. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of times where I thought I'd probably better off not being in this world because ain't nobody give a fuck about me anyway.
And
You know what I
I was
mean?
just about to say that because that was the trauma. Nobody actually cared about you. Your mother didn't care. You had to take things in your own hand. You had to become an adult before you supposed to be an adult. You never was actually given a chance to be successful in life.
Facts,
All things
facts,
was held against you.
facts,
So in order for you to be where you at right now, that's a blessing, bro.
facts, bro. Facts, bro. And I count them blessings every day, man. I really
That's
do.
a blessing.
I count them
You a survivor,
every single day.
man.
I
You a
appreciate you, man.
survivor.
I
Real nigga
appreciate
shit.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You a survivor, bro. Most people wouldn't survive that. Even going through. So it was like you was dealing with a lot of hurt. You couldn't talk to nobody. You took it on as yourself. And of course you're gonna mess up because you didn't have no male figure there.
That's
You was
right,
the
homie.
only person you was figuring shit out on your
That's
own.
right. And you know what? That comes to another thing. Like it. Sometimes when I think about it, when I'm sitting here with my kids, I'm thinking like I'm sitting here with my kids. I don't even know how the fuck I'm being such like they always telling me you're such a good dad. You I love you, daddy. You the best daddy. You're always the best daddy. You know what I mean? And our family is just it's got so much peace in the home. We've got so much peace in the home, bro. It's such a humble home. And I look at my life, man, and I'm like, wow, like something this here is like a dream for me come true. You know what I mean? The music, the music is another thing. That's business. This life that I have right here with my family, that's the real dream right there, man. That's the real dream that I've been chasing my whole life. And for me to achieve that dream, I look at myself and I say, you did it, bro. You made it. You made this happen. Now keep that going so that way you can break the cycle and your kids
You
don't have
broke
to
the
carry that
cycle.
name no more. They don't have to
You
carry
broke
that
the
name no
cycle.
more.
Yeah. You broke the cycle because you're giving the love that you didn't have. You know how not to feel love and how not to be support. So now you're able to get that to your kids. And that's why they thank you like that, because it's probably somebody that they know that's going through the same thing that you going
That's
through
right.
or went through, but they don't have to go through that because you making sure that
And the
you
crazy
and your
thing,
wife.
and the crazy thing is like while they thanking me, I'm actually really thanking them. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I'm actually
mm.
really thanking them, and I'm really thanking God, and how blessed I am, and how humble my home is, and that's why I'm out here, bro. I'm out here always trying to bring somebody up. You ain't never catch me bring somebody down and talk nobody down or nothing of that. You know what I mean? Because it ain't my place, bro. That's y'all's place. Y'all want to bring yourself
Right.
down? Y'all do that. That's not me. That's not up to me. But you want to help out? You want to come up with me? Come on, let's go. Ride with me. You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts. So I most definitely feel you on that. So let's get into the music. So Eminent, what was the meaning behind this track right here?
Eminent. Eminent was that was a fun track, man. That was a good track. I did that one with King Rome, um this cat that I met on Band Lab, and I was really trying to get him to I really don't want to get too much in detail with it, but I was trying to, I was trying to bring him up and stuff, but anyway, we lost contact for a long time. I talked to him one other time, but that song was a little bit about, you know what I mean? It had a little some detail about my life. Like I say it's a dog eat dog world or something like that. And I'm not the one who made the game. Somebody else made this game, but brothers kill brothers, and that's just what it is, and I don't agree with it. You know what I mean? I don't agree with what's going on, but that's just the game that it is. And if we out here doing this music thing and you get my way, just look out, man, because I'm trying to feed my
Facts.
family. You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts. So talking about family, why do you feel that family is important to keep first in your life? Knowing all the things that you have done, why is it so important to keep family first, going through what you went through?
Yeah, bro. I know. For one, bro, like I I, I never really had it. You know what I mean? I never really had a family. Like I thank my grandpa for everything he's done, and he is my family, bro. But I never had my moms. I never had my dads. I never had, you know what I mean, the important people there in my life to really try to look after me the way that I needed to. So it's important to keep that togetherness, you know what I mean? To keep that unity, to keep that love, to keep that peace. For me, I feel like it makes me feel whole. And if it makes me feel whole, then I can only imagine what it makes the rest of my family feel, you know what I mean? So, but through that, like, I I feel like my kids and all kids really should have that real love feeling, you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of broken homes out there, especially today, man. Today's just a messed up world out there, you know what I mean? So
Facts,
that really,
facts.
it starts with us, man. It starts with us. Cause I mean, my mom's already fucked me up, you know what I mean? I can't, so I got to teach my kids something else, man. It's just what it is. And I think that whoever else out there don't know, do some research, man. Get your parenting on, you know. Do your thing with your parenting. Get right. Stop doing that dumb shit, man. You know, just
Grow
get your parenting.
up,
You fucked up. Accept it.
right.
Accept it. But don't teach it to your kids, man. They need the love.
So that goes to my next question. You being the father, let's talk about fatherhood, and you also taking on the responsibility of your sister kids, which you say for being going into the system. You know what I'm saying? And knowing coming from your grandfather and him taking you in, how important is it to have a father? Like, how important is
Bro,
fatherhood? Because that's something that's most overlooked. Some people take the fathers out the home, but you manage to keep your family together. Like, how important is fatherhood and being a father to kids? Like, how important was that in your life, and how important do you feel it is to be in your kids' life?
I feel like I feel like this, man. Like I didn't have my dad around for a long time, so I really didn't know how to be the man that I needed to be for a minute there, you know what I mean, before my grandpa. So I didn't have the structure to be a man. I've been around women, my mom's, and that was not good, you know. I just know that if I had a father figure in my life, a solid father figure in my life, I probably would have been able to figure out things a little bit better. And I'm not saying like men do it better. I'm saying like you you learn how to work, you learn how to use your hands, you learn how to, you know what I mean? You learn how to love women, you learn how to love in such a way, you know what I mean, and treat your other gender in a certain way with respect. I feel like with a father figure, which when you have your moms, just your mom.
Stop, man. It's not my partner. Hey, God. Dialogue, again. Hey, also shout out to his marketing team.
Golden Money Team Marketing. Street Dialogue Podcast is sponsored by Golden Money Team Marketing. Golden Money Team Social Network Marketing maximizes your social media with their marketing formula of marketing 24/7 around the clock nonstop. Their goal is to drive traffic to your social media outlets, increasing brand awareness and potential customers. They also have 30-day packages, which includes any social media profile of your choice via Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or YouTube. With a budget, they can actually run campaigns for you as well in that 30-day time frame with ads and directing traffic to your actual profile, real organic growth. They promote all your social media links during the course of your promotion, example Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Music. They also do a collaboration with your brand on IG with a permanent post on their profile. Contact Golden Money Team Social Network Marketing. On Instagram is Golden Money Team Marketing. Contact them today if you need any type of social media marketing.
Moms, I feel like you don't get that same, you know what I mean? You don't get that same kind of know how to respect a woman or respect even like yourself even. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's important, man. I feel like it's really important just to have that unity because a woman do something for you and then a man do something for you too. And they both play a good part. You know what I mean? They both play a really good part. A woman will show you how to be effective and love and emotion, and a man will show you how to be physical and be logical and use those, those good logics. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Um,
Facts.
and then a man will also show you how to back up your woman, and what she say. You know what I mean? Teach you how to I was gonna say, bro, I had it in my head, but yeah, back your woman up and in such a way.
So
You know what I'm
support.
saying? Support. You know what I mean? The good support that you should have while your woman supporting you. The good family shit, man. I feel like a father figure is super important, bro. It really is. Yeah.
Facts. That's facts. So what type of example do you want to set, you know what I'm saying, with your music, being the artist that you are right now, going through what you went through? What type of example do you want to set for your fans and for people that's watching? What type of example do you want to be through your music?
Yeah, through my music, man, I really just hope that I can really heal some processes and hope I can connect with communities that are broken and help them heal through the music that I preach. Not only that, man, I really just my most important goal is to build a foundation for kids that are going through tough time or families that are less fortunate, you know what I mean? Like a music program, or really a music program, bro, for children and families that are just less unfortunate, maybe orphanage children too. You know what I mean? Something special program for that, and that's my ultimate goal, man. I just really want to heal and help out the communities that are really suffering from that kind of abuse. You know what I mean? And it's just it's a crazy world out there, man, and I feel like there just ain't enough to help. You know what I mean? So I really just feel if I could do something with the community or the community or all communities, then I can probably help the world. You know what I mean?
Facts. So through your music, I know you're gonna touch a lot of people, with the things that you're doing and stuff like that. So what category do you think you fit in, being the type of artist that you got? You got soul artists, you got you know, hardcore rap. Like what category do you think you fall in? Because you're very diverse. Like I can see you doing some type of rock hip hop, like with your voice, like how you change it. Like you could be on some Jelly Roll type shit too as well. Cause you
Yeah, bro. So I really
real
switch
shit.
up the genres, bro, a lot. I really can
You
adapt to.
switch up.
I do a little bit of R&B. I do boom bap. I do trap. You know what I mean? I really just dabble. If you give me a beat, I'm gonna adapt to it. So I guess I'm a universal hip hop artist.
Mm,
So I
I
don't know,
like
but
that.
I do mess with the boom bap a lot, man, and I like them West Coast beats. So if it came down to anything, I would say that I'm a West Coast boom bap artist. You know what I mean?
I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. So, what do you see yourself in the future? Doing music. Like, what do you see yourself in the future?
I always wanted to. I always thought fame was cool, man. Up until recently, it ain't that important. You know what I mean? So if I could just make it in music and help the world out with music and help communities out with foundations that'll help children or help people that like I said, I think I would be okay with that. You know what I mean? And even if it don't make too much, even if it's for charity, you know what I'm saying? I think I would be okay with that, man. I just like I said, the dream lies with my family, bro, and I just want to keep that going and hope that my kids do the same thing, and keep that name up so that way they don't have to live the name that I lived, you know what I'm saying? So that's where the real dream lies, man.
So, you started your own record label. What was the concept behind that?
Yeah, I did. I started a record label named Merc One Mafia. Um, so I really, in order to do this business, I had to, get my ducks in order. So I said starting off with the LLC would probably be my best bet. So I started a music label, and I guess I can't really call it a music label yet because I don't have the funds to be an A&R to go out and search for an artist or artists. So for now, we building a website to help other artists out, building their community or their fan base, or even if they wanted to get started in the music. I have a lot of fundamentals and knowledge in how to do that, and we got some services like mix and mastering and two producers that make beats. So yeah, we about to launch either at the end of this month, which is in a week and a half, or somewhere in the beginning of February. But yeah.
So anybody trying to work, any artist out there that's trying to work, you basically can help develop their career with the services that you have with beats. You can give them production,
Yep. All the way
and they can be anywhere,
all
or
the
do
way
they have to come where you at?
anywhere they want to be. We can go over video trainings, over conference video, all the way down to the marketing. I got you. You know what I mean? The marketing, because we know that when it comes to the business, the marketing is the hardest thing to do. The marketing is that's the crazy part. You know what I mean?
That
So
is key.
hmm
That is key. So, what are some of the strengths that you have? You feel being a business owner in the field of you is, and being an artist as well. What are your strengths?
um well, I feel like I'm good with networking. I'm really good with networking. I'm really good with meeting people. Um, I, my, my, my business ain't too well, so that's why I got my wife. She's really good with the business. She's good with numbers. She really runs it up, man. Like she's got her associates, and she got a business. She got a job in business right now as we speak. So and she does really well with that, bro. I feel like both of us together, man, we could really make this business pop off and do some good for the communities that are trying to get in and do their thing. You know what I mean? And I hope it does, so that way I can get that money to be able to build them other facilities that'll help, you know, help out them other communities. So,
Got you. So, why do you feel it's important for artists to learn the music industry and the music business before even getting into it? Like, why do you feel that's important?
so I feel like a lot of artists don't know, they don't have a good guide on where to go or what to do or how to do it. And a lot of artists are just um they just putting their name out there and then put music out there, not knowing that somebody else probably collecting their royalties, collecting their money.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's really important that I oversee that for them and help them see where they can, make sure that don't happen. So yeah.
So, contracts. Can you talk about contracts? How important it is to set up contracts in the music
That's
business, being the business owner and doing the things that you're doing. How important is that?
Without it, man, without it, you're screwing yourself over. Without it, you could be screwing yourself over big time. So make sure when you do your contracts, you look over your contracts in detail. And if you can't understand it, get a lawyer. Get a lawyer that or somebody that know law real well that'll go over that contract. Contracts are super important, man. That is what holds the foundation between you and the partner in business that you are doing business with. So without it, that anybody could do whatever they want with you, however they want with you or your music or your business, and there ain't nothing you can do about it because you didn't have no contract.
Facts, facts. So, another question I like to ask people who come on the show, especially in the music industry, what do you feel about people that are selling their catalog? Everybody have different reasons for why they sell it. Some people say, they offer me 500 million. It's going to take me such and such years to make this. And some people say, they won't sell their catalog because they want to keep it in the family or such and such. Or the hard work. Like, what do you feel about people selling their catalog?
I ain't really got no preference on it. I guess it just depends on the individual. If that's your business and that's what you do. For me, um, I feel like my catalog can stay, bro, because that's what I built. You know what I mean? That's what I built, and I don't know, man. I really haven't thought about that like that, man. I have not really thought about it like that.
That's like if somebody come along right now, even with the catalog you got, and they want to give you 5 million for it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I'm not a sellout. I can't. It depends on the situation, I guess, but I'm not sure, man. I can't. I don't want to touch base on that and sound like a fool because I don't. I got to really think about that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Because when that money start coming in,
It's a
you can
different
change your mind.
story, bro. It's a
So
whole different story.
it's a whole different
Yeah, when you
story.
see it right there, you're like, maybe I was lying.
Like, bro, they talking 500 million. I might go ahead on and get that catalog up.
I
You feel me?
I feel like
And
for
I can
500 million,
invest
I'm
that in
running down
something
the
else.
street butt ass naked, bro. No doubt.
Because QC, they quality control. He sold his business for around that much. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lot of
Like,
money, bro. You could start a
that's
whole
a
nother
lot
everything
of
else with
money.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I
It'll
guess
make
when you
you
look at
think.
it like that, bro, when you look at it like that, if you got a good number on your hands, you know what I mean? Then
Because
yeah,
it might take you 30 years to make that.
that's right. You know what I mean? And if
You can
it's
get it
working like
right
that,
now.
that could
Yeah.
give you a whole lot of more money to invest in a whole lot of more shit to put you up there with them higher ups. You know what I mean? And that's if that's what you into, if that's where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, bro, if I make nothing and I'm just out there helping the community, all for charity, I'm cool with that too, man. Shit, you know.
So let's get into your artist name, Big Ounce, with the acronyms at the end. How did you come up with that name, and what does that name mean to you? Like, how does it define you as a person?
Yeah, bro. So I came up with that name. It just because everything that I've been through, I feel like unity has always been something that I always seek. You know what I mean? Something that I always try to perfect. Something that I always try to better within myself. And with unity comes peace, and with unity comes love. You know what I'm saying? So the acronyms stand for One Nation United. No, it's one united nation collaborating with everybody. So if we all collabing and we all making peace and we all, still sharing the love and showing the love, then maybe we can all change the world together, as independent artists. So that's the whole meaning behind that acronym there.
Facts, facts, and that's wishful thinking too, because most people agree. Greed. When money is involved and people see the money, and it's either you or them, they'll take that money, and run with it.
All
Greed
day, bro. I seen it
destroys
all
a
my
lot of
life.
things. Yeah, greed can destroy a lot of things. So if you are able to accomplish that, that'll be something major, especially if you're building your own team and you're doing things of that sort. You can accomplish that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be united and come together to do
I'm
some
hoping
things. Because that's what
so.
we really, really
Uh,
need.
Honestly, bro, the way the game been looking and the world been looking, yeah, I 100% agree with that, bro.
So what do you feel with how the world is looking now, like as far as all these wars and stuff going on? Do you think it'll ever be world peace? Because that's something that's mentioned that when we see world peace, it's gonna be we moving towards the end. Do you ever think that that can happen in the world that we living in right now?
Maybe not in the world that we're living in now, but whenever the end does come, and I don't even know, honestly, bro, I don't even know if I should touch subject on this or touch base on the subject, but yeah, bro, I feel like I'm gonna go ahead either way. Yeah, I know in the end comes that God said there will be peace on earth. You know, everybody will be resurrected. Everybody will have a second chance. Everybody will have a second chance to follow. Whoever don't will be gone forever, bro. And then who comes to live for peace and who is for God will live forever here on paradise, on earth. So yeah, I do believe that there will be peace one day. I know there will. And when that time comes, we won't know it. We won't know it until it happens. But I feel as the world looks right now, a lot of chaos, a lot of people not caring about other people, a lot of foul things going on, a lot of nasty women, a lot of nasty men, a lot of disrespectful children, a lot of hate, a lot of hate going on in this world. You know what I mean? So I feel like I feel like the world and religion, man, too on top of it, religion is like who talks about religion anymore? You know what I mean? Like really. Like when you around your circles, like who do you know that's talking about God or Jehovah or Jesus or I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? So our religion is lost. We lost touch with our spiritual life, man. I feel like so I feel like the end is truly near. You know what I mean? So I do believe that it will be there will be peace here on this earth. Maybe not during this world, but maybe a new world.
Right, right. Because it's like, with world hunger, if they could cure world hunger, that probably could stop a lot of crime and things going to sort. A lot of people won't have nothing to really to go war for. If these minor disputes over land, if they could get,
It'll just
come to some type of agreement on that, that
it,
could, bring peace,
it'll just be love.
in the world.
It'll just be love.
Yeah, just genuine
That's
love.
it,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
You won't have to worry about your neighbor lying about you. You don't have to worry about your friend talking behind your back, and you don't have to worry about these kids getting sick because your food is right.
And then you have all these different religions and stuff, so that does separate people as well. So it's a lot for us to overcome, because everybody has their way they think that's right, and then another person might feel this is right. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? So
And that's why I don't really like to speak on it too much because I know everybody got their own opinion, and I don't judge
right.
nobody. If that's your thing, then hey, I respect that. 100% I respect that. Salute to you for believing in being Christian, you know what I mean? And that's your thing. So believe in that, and that's what you want to go with, and that's what you truly want to do, then I know somewhere God, either way, if it's right or wrong, God's in there, he's saying thank you, no matter what. Because he know all his children is confused anyway, because Satan done did a lot of whole mess.
So do you think there might be another outbreak? They had all these little things dealing with, these diseases coming out. Like, do
They've
you
been
think?
talking about that, man. They've been talking about some kind of something that's worse than COVID. It's the
Right.
what did they say it was pneumonia, bro. Pneumonia was the next big pandemic I heard, but I don't know. That's just I don't watch the news or nothing like that, so that's just hearing around and what's going on. So I can't be 100% about it. Don't quote me on that.
Heard. So, talking about your music, so where can people find your music? If they want to listen to your music, where can people actually find your music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How can we find you?
you guys can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Apple Music, Deezer. All platforms really. I gotta also I want to put out there. I got a new album dropping next month. I'm thinking it's called Ounce versus Critchy. It's dope ass project that I got going on right now. I'm really excited to release it, and I'm just about finishing up the project right now. But yeah,
And your social media platforms as well. Like, how can they find you on social
oh
media
yeah,
as far as Instagram and
y'all
stuff?
can find me at official Ounce on IG across the whole platforms. Official Ounce.
Okay. And when they go to Spotify, they just type in official ounce.
Nah, you gotta type in Big Ounce and with the acronyms too.
Oh, okay.
O.U.N.C.E.
Big
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
ounce. So uh when y'all looking for big ounce, y'all make sure y'all type in big O.U. N. CE.
Yeah,
You
I know
feel me?
when I did that, it was already too late. I already had it in and it registered, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, I really got to change that, but that take a lot of work, man.
I mean, if you you look at it, if you're looking at the algorithm, if they type it in like that, nobody else has that name.
That's true, bro. That is true, actually. So
They know they got to put them dots in there. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. But if you type it in one time, it should stay in your search engine, so you don't have to type it up every time. You know what I'm saying?
Or we can just type in Big Ounce. It should pop up.
You'll be able to find it that way too. Yeah.
We just type in Big Ounce. So, man, I appreciate you for coming on the show for sure, man, and telling your story. You know what I'm saying? It was an honor having you on here. You feel me? Salute
I appreciate
to
it.
you, King.
I appreciate it.
Also, this podcast is sponsored by Golden Money Team Marketing. If you need marketing, make sure you holler at Golden Money Team Marketing, where they market you 24/7 around the clock. Thanks for coming on the show, Big Ounce. Salute to you, my brother.
Brother, appreciate you for having me on, man.
I
It's been a
appreciate
pleasure.
you, man.
Hell yeah.
Salute. All right, my brother.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, get back to the fam. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Patience is a virtue. Everything in life takes time. Stay focused. Stay consistent. Stay on your grind.
Licks, cause we raised like that. Raised in the streets. Packing these guns. Dope in my backpack. Getting off a sack. Busting licks, cause we raised like that.
Watch my dope transform like Power Rangers. Empty out the clip, better bullet will tame you. Leaving leaning like a shirt, hanging on a coat hanger. Chopper bullets have you singing like an opera singer. Can't be